Hey everybody, my name is Leonard Thompson. I'm the founder of Simple Sophia, and I'm here today to share with you one simple tip that's going to help you stop being a perfectionist. One simple tip for all of you out there who struggles with this unending fight to be perfect in every possible way. I'm going to help you today, and it's the simplest thing. Um, for many of us who are perfectionists, it's usually manifested in two different ways. So one way is that you underwork yourself, right? And so that's typically the way that I have historically manifested my perfectionist drive. I underwork myself if I don't believe that I'm going to be able to do it perfectly. So when it came to trying new things, putting myself out there, where I would undoubtedly make mistakes, I refuse to do that because I had this whole idea of, I can't, if I make mistakes, if I do this imperfectly, then it's not worth doing. You see a lot of black and white thinking in that, right? It's all or nothing type of thing. That's usually how I have historically been impacted by this idea of trying to be perfect. My wife, on the other hand, is an overworker. She's one of those who will just work and work and work and refuse to care for herself, and put too much on her plate, because she was striving for perfection, whether academically or in work, etc. Right? So both ways are unhealthy. Both ways cause suffering. The simplest way to define suffering, I love this definition. It comes from a Buddhist monk named Ajahn Brahm. And he says that it's desiring something that life will never give you, desiring more than what we have, that we will never get, right? That's suffering. So when we're chasing this idea of perfectionism, once again, perfection is the idea. It doesn't exist. It's an impossible standard. And by definition, it is going to cause us to suffer more. So the key to transforming ourselves in transforming this fight for being perfect, is to reframe how we look at perfection. Instead of looking at perfect as this standard, look at it as showing up. Look at it as showing up and putting in the effort. And it seems so simple that it's almost elementary, but there's truth and there's power. Because if you show up every day, and if you say, I showed up to work, I put in the effort, I put in the work, what is more perfect than that, right? You showed up. You see, like this idea of showing up and putting in the effort, it's similar to one of my favorite ideas called Kaizen, right? This idea of continuous improvement. I believe that it was a big part in the Toyota company. This idea that we show up every day and we put in the effort to make the product better. What's more perfect than that? Showing up every day so that you can strive to be better. But once again, at the end of the day, it comes down to showing up, putting in the effort. I guarantee you that if you start to look at perfection in this way, in this simple way, that you will be transformed and that you will have a lot less suffering. Perfection, for all of those who are in academics right now, in academia, in school, isn't getting a 100 on the test. It's about showing up to class, putting in the work, showing up to study group, putting in the work, right? Perfection isn't being the best if you're into sales, right? It's not about, being like salesperson of the month. No, it's about going out there, working with the customer, hearing what their pain, their problem, their predicament is, and then being able to translate their pain in a way that they understand that your product will be able to best serve them, right? That's perfection. It's about showing up. It's about helping. It's about putting in the work. It's not about being the best. It's not about achieving this impossible standard. This impossible standard that because it's impossible, and because it's impossible to put in concrete terms, it's always going to change, right? So I leave you with that today. Thank you for checking out this video, and I hope that it helps you. And I hope that when you start thinking about, that you're not good enough, when that voice in your head, whether it's loud or whether it's small, is telling you that you didn't do enough, that you weren't perfect, that you made mistakes, Remember, perfection is showing up and putting in the work. If you do that, you are perfect, and all you have to do is celebrate. The thing about life is that we really do make it more complex than it is. Life is simple. Happiness, being a peaceful person, it's all very simple. We just got to stop making it complex. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a very good day. Be blessed. I'll talk to you soon. If you like this video, I urge you to subscribe also to this YouTube channel if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on the blog, then I urge you to subscribe to the email list where you will receive lots of tips, tools, and strategies that will help you get rid of all the complexity in life and get down to make life very simple so that you can become happier, more peaceful, and a more compassionate person. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.